Hello friends, my name is Shivam from DevOps Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials on any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com. Thank you.
Okay, so you have not started yet any Word document, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's how to create. Can you just open one Word document in the system? Let me show you.
Actually, I don't have this word.
Oh, you don't have MS.
Yeah.
MS Office, you don't have.
Yeah, I don't have.
Excel sheet, Excel you have.
No, actually, I don't have MS Form completely. I don't have it.
Correct?
Yeah.
Because how to set up the DevOps. So that time also you can contact us. No issues. Okay.
Sure.
Right now you are just we are building the base. Okay, this is what these are the services. These are tools. So today we are going to start, that is Azure Administrator. Okay. So
Okay.
these are the things. So let's discuss about the exam objective. Okay, so there are total 5 modules in that. Okay, in fundamental we have studied only what is cloud, types of cloud, these are the services. Here we are going to create this is the infrastructure where we are going to create the instance. Although we have already completed maximum maximum core services, how to create through GUI, correct?
Yeah.
We have created. Okay, so in first module, manage Azure identities and governance. That is 15 to 20% they are going to ask. Okay, so in this particular module we are going to discuss basically about the Azure Active Directory, how to give the access, how to add the members, how to bulk upload, all this stuff we are going to discuss. In second module we are going to discuss implement and manage the storage, how to create a storage, how we are going to maintain, how to implement the policies. Okay, those are the things we are going to discuss in module second. Third module is very important, that is deploy and manage Azure compute resources. Compute resources means what? Virtual machines. Okay, so there are different types of virtual machine: Linux virtual machine and Windows virtual machine, correct? Hello, Suresh?
Yeah.
So
I don't take on that lot of that's being open, so you can continue. If anything, I'll just unmute myself and ask.
Okay, sure. So deploy and manage Azure compute resources. It is what basically there are different types of virtual machine, that is Windows and Linux, and we know how to create through GUI, right? Now here we are going to discuss how we are going to create virtual machine in different way. There are different platform, like how we are going to create Azure virtual machine through PowerShell, through Azure CLI. Okay, those are stuff we are going to discuss. Not only virtual machine, we are going to discuss how we are going to create resource group through PowerShell or Azure CLI, how we are going to create virtual network. All this stuff we are going to discuss. So major, they are going to ask 25 to 30%. Module 4, configure and manage virtual networking. Okay, so how you are going to configure the virtual networking. Okay, how you are going to create, or suppose you want to create a virtual machine in existing networking, how you are going to do. Okay, so these things we are going to discuss in module 4, that is 30 to 35%. Monitor and backup Azure resources, that is 10 to 15%. Okay, so So please, note it down this. For exam perspective, it will be helpful for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I took this. We can move on.
Now we are going to discuss about the prerequisite for Azure Administrator. See, this thing you will please try to understand. This is very important part. Okay. So
Okay.
Azure fundamental and Docker containers. What is container? What is Docker? Docker is a container, right? Container or Docker is going to provide you a totally isolated environment to perform your task. Okay, that is the main use of Docker. Mainly we are using Docker. See, you can install Docker on Windows also, you can install Docker in Linux also. Okay,
Okay.
but industry, most 90% people or 95% we can say that only we are using in Linux. So you should know how to install Docker on Linux.
Okay.
We will do labs, don't worry. That we'll do all this stuff. Apply and monitor infrastructure standard with Azure policies. So this is what we have also going to take care. That is multiple engineering team working in Azure. Correct. Multiple subscription in your tenant. Correct. Multiple subscription we can add, right? I have already showcased you, right?
Yeah.
Just type on your subscription on the search box, then go to then add new. Click on add and you can add. Regulatory requirement that must be enforced and standards are followed for all IT located resources. Okay, like what is the basic standards? All the virtual machine which you are using in industry, it should be what? Antivirus should be there, right? Correct or
Yeah.
not? But
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
cloud we used to say that endpoint protection. That is nothing but it is a virtual machine only. Okay,
Okay.
and there are also different types of monitoring services like manage my VM. Okay, this is nowadays it is very famous monitoring services which we are using currently in industry. Now we are going to discuss about the difference between Azure policy and RBAC. See, Azure policy is an Azure services you use to create, assign and manage policies. Correct? But RBAC is what? RBAC is going to manage who has access to Azure resources, or what areas they have access to, and what they can do with those resources. Basically, RBAC is what? Role-based access control. So according to the role you are going to perform your action or activity. So RBAC is going to focus on a user action at different scope. Different scope means what? If you are admin, what is your scope? If you are a tester, what is your scope? If you are a developer, what is your scope? So this is what RBAC. Azure policy is going to control prerequisites such as the types of locations and resources. Like suppose as per your organization policies, you are going to create only the you are going to create the resource only in Central Asia location or South India region or East US, right? Your all the infrastructure should be in this. So that is what they are going to maintain a policy. Azure policies focus on resources properties during deployment. Yes.
I lost. I lost the connection. I lost your voice. I could not sense what you were saying for um, last minute.
So Azure policy, see, each and every organization have different policies. Like suppose your organization is going to create all the testing resource for testing purpose, going to create in only in South India region. So that thing also you can maintain through the policies. Okay, in which region you want to establish your infrastructure, it totally depends upon you. So according to your organization policies. Azure policies focus on resource properties during deployment and for the already existing resources. RBAC is going to RBAC can be used to assign duties within a team and grant only the amount of access needed to allow the assigned user an ability to perform their job in a state of giving everybody unrestricted permissions. So RBAC is going to control at the access level. Okay, and Azure policy is going to no, Azure service, Azure policy is Azure service, and with that you can create, assign, and manage policies. And RBAC is going to control the access. Whether if you are a tester, you should have only the limited access. If you are a developer, you should also you should have only the development environment access, like that.
Okay,
Clear?
so I mean, policies applies on regional level or what?
Regional regional level means what? Suppose this is what the second point you are right. Azure policy contains properties such as types of location, resources, right? See, in your
Yes, sir.
organization, you have the policy that you want to build all your infrastructure in East US location only. Maybe
Okay.
due to any due to security reason, right? Correct. Yeah, if your organization is CM level 5 organization, so they are not going to build their infrastructure in a Brazil location, right? Correct.
Yeah.
They are going to build, see, according to the policy, they are going to do the business in East America, Scotland, Switzerland, Netherlands, India, right? These are the countries, China's they are going to do. Correct. They're not going to do maximum. So according to your presence, in which in which area, region you are working, you can create the infrastructure. But it's totally depends upon the organization policies. If you are working in Brazil, or if you are working in India and you are going to create the instance in Brazil location, you can create, but you should also aware about the what are the rule and regulation or policies of the Brazil local local government policies, regional law. Clear?
Okay.
Now okay, so based on your policies you have to create. Now Azure virtual machine. So how we are going to prepare the checklist? Okay, so this is very important. This is very important. You will not find in Google also how to create the checklist in real time. Like suppose you are going to build a infrastructure, correct? So how you are going to represent yourself in front of client? You are going to build a checklist, correct? For virtual machine, for database, right? Correct, Suresh?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
first of all, what is these are the basic requirements. Start with the network, name of the virtual machine, decide the location for the VM, determine the size of the VM, understand the pricing model, storage for the VM, and select an operating system. So these are the few standards which we are going to follow. So just now I'm going to make you as a presenter, and now we are going to prepare the checklist.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. See. So seat name just mention checklist for resource group. See, first of all, what we are actually creating in Azure. First, we are creating the resource group. Then only we are able to create any resource, right?
Yeah.
Right. So first we have to create the checklist for resource group. So first column name should be serial number. Second one is item. This is a basic format of checklist. Okay. Each and every organization have different way of designing the checklist. Third one is description. Description.
Okay.
Fourth one is status. Increase the length.
Okay.
Okay. In column E, remarks.
Okay.
So remarks, and last one is client input. Okay. In remarks, internal remarks you just mentioned. Internal remarks means what? As a organization, you are going to put your remarks or increase the width. Okay. Give some color and please increase the font size. Whatever color. Basically, you know, corporate color is yellow color we are using. Okay. Yeah, fine.
Okay.
Do not give entire row up to client input. Just give that all border for all. After G it is not required. Okay. Giving the
Sorry?
border. After F column, borders and colors are not required. Only give up to F. Select all, Control A, remove the color also. Yes. Now give the border. All. Yes. And similarly, select the first row and remove the color. First row, serial number, row. Yes. Remove the color. Yes. Fine. Okay. Now come here. Select row. Select column A to F. First row. A to F. Only F. It is selected columns. Okay. Now give the color. Basically, we used to give yellow color. Okay. Yes. Correct. This is the corporate color. Okay. Serial number 1, and I just increased the width of item and description.
Yeah, you can be external. Yeah. First we'll type it. First
Yeah.
part.
Serial number first. Give 1. Number 1. Yeah. Item. See, let's try to understand. If you want to create a resource group, what is your first requirement? Increase
We
the
need to
width of
have,
item. Yes.
no,
Need
we
to
need
have
to have a valid subscription.
valid subscription, right? Yes.
Yeah.
Type the item subscription. Not valid. Subscription only. Item name should be subscription. Valid
No,
and
just
invalid we are going to discuss in description. Subscription. Valid valid subscription and active account and active Azure account. Wrap the text in the description column.
okay.
The status, whatever may be the status. Okay. So usually you are not going to put anything right now without the client input. Okay. So we are not going to fill here. Internal remark is what? Valid. Hello.
Yeah. I'm following.
Yeah. Valid subscription. Okay. What? That's all. Come to second line. Number 2. Now, after subscription, what is your second requirement for creating any resource group? What do you think?
No, we need to so we need to identify what is our requirement. Let's say which level of machine we need and which location we need to pull an instance.
Oh, machine, there is nothing. Machine here we are not discussing. We are discussing about resource group. Second thing is what always we are going to discuss as per our policy, which location is preferred. Correct? Or client as per the client policy. Okay, so second option will be region. item is region. Okay. So here in description, as per the client policy, if you are working for client, then in client input, they are going to tell you this is our policy and you have to create only the resources in West US or what it may be. Okay. And as per the client policies, copy that entire thing and put into the internal remark. Okay. Just wrap the text by you are increasing the width of, just wrap the text. No, if you are increasing the width of column, right? Okay. In for no need to increase the length in a same column, you can add more text. There is an option, go to above. Let me show you. There is a AB. Wait. AB. No. After color, no, after yes, wrap. So just select that any big text, and then you can, no, you can wrap the text. Okay. So wait. In the region, as per the client policy, and example here in description, give the example. Description column. Yes. Enter example. East US. See, these things you will not get in Google, okay? So this is very important, you need to understand. East US, West US, Central Asia. Central Asia. Okay, now select the that entire column and select the same option. No, not row, that box. Yes. Now fine. Now it is coming. Okay. So as per the client policy is to etc. There are so many regions are there. Correct? Mumbai region, South India region, etc. Why we are giving this in whenever we are going to, why we are providing this example? See, you cannot assume that each and every client is a technically sound, and he must be aware about the each and every regions, correct? So we have to give input from our end. Okay, like I was working for L'Oreal. Have you heard about the L'Oreal, very famous organization?
Yeah.
Okay, so they are completely into the cosmetic business, right?
Yeah.
And I was building, and I just created the sample, and just I was what is this, what is this, and almost 2 to 3 hours we have spent to explaining each and everything. Okay, so due to that region, according to the client, if client is banking clients and all, then you can also then you can prepare the rough kind of, it means what, very basic checklist also, it is fine, but better to have a detailed checklist. Third, what will be your third?
Once the region is decided, we need to use which kind of, let's say, the size of the machine, like processor and performance.
Third one, no. Machines. See, right now we are creating the resource group. Then why we are talking about the machines, virtual machine and virtual database and all? We are creating the checklist for resource group only. So in resource group is, what is resource group? Resource group is what? Set of resource. It is a bucket where we are going to put all the resource. Correct? In a simple way. So just forget about the configuration and all. When we are going to prepare the checklist for virtual machine, then we will discuss that. So third one is, give the number third. No, not
Wait.
serial number. Okay. Third is, see, I told you, right, in fundamental of Azure, there are 3 types of cloud. So you should also ask to the client whether you want to create your resource group in public cloud, private cloud, correct?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so third one is type of cloud item, where they are going to work, correct? Private cloud also you can create, right? Type of cloud. Okay, just wrap the text, no need to expand, wrap the text. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, fine. Let it be. Select and yes. Now, yes. Now, see, type of cloud, right? Well, the description is what? As per the client policy, we have to select. Okay, did that. And what are the types of cloud available in Azure? Tell me.
Public, private, hybrid.
Yes, public. Okay, so as per the client policy, in the bracket example, just remove the select. That is what I'm, while explaining, I'm using the word select. Okay,
Okay.
fine. See, whenever you are going to prepare the checklist, you should very careful. Each and everything should be clear. And based on your checklist, they are going to create the SLA document. Okay.
Okay.
So each and every point from our side, it should be clear as per client requirement. See, they are going to deal with the some banking client and all, so they are not going to use the public cloud, right? They are going to use the private cloud, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So just write down as per the client requirement. Remarks, internal remarks. Number 4. Now, what next for resource group? Tell me. Here we are discussing each and everything in details.
Yeah. Now we need to choose the model of operation. Let's say the mode of service, like platform as a service, infrastructure as a service. Hello.
Yes, service model. Write down item service model of cloud. Here you just mention Azure, not cloud, because we are a specific. No, remove the cloud, and in place of cloud you just mention Azure. Yes. Now write down service model of cloud in the bracket infrastructure IaaS, PaaS and SaaS. As per client requirement, just copy paste from previous in the requirement. Remarks internal above one, just copy. Yes, fine. Now what is the fifth one? What is the fifth one? What is your requirement for creating the resource group? Name, right? You have to give some name to resource group, correct?
Okay.
No, not okay. Have you understood? Not after that we have to select some name, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so item name is name. Just give the.
To watch our complete session, enroll for our premium membership. Click onto the join button and enroll yourself with the best suited option.
An item name. Just name, that's all. Name of RG. We know that we are preparing the checklist for RG only. Name in description. So see, as I told you, we have to give the name according to the what?
Company client policy.
Yeah, as per the client policy, fine. And also in a description, I'm just as per the client policy, that is what we are going to mention in the remarks here. Yeah, as per the client policy mention in the bracket, you can mention not public private.
No.
That example, like if you are working for, if this resource group is going to use for dev test, mention dev comma test account, cost account, okay, prod as per the vertical, that's etc. as per the vertical of the organization. Clear? Now mention as per the client policy in the remarks. First one. Yes. Now what next? What next?
Yeah, once we are done with this, yeah, we are almost done for RG. Then we need to check for.
No, there is one more important thing, that is tagging. Number 6, tag. Correct? Tagging is very important. As per the cost center description. Center. Okay, suppose this particular resource group tag to financial vertical. This particular resource group tag to, like in TCS, Wipro, Infosys, Capgemini, Accenture, right? Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. As per the client policy. Remarks. Control S and save this file somewhere. In a cloud or download and save it. Any your personal folder, which is checklist for Azure resource. Fine.
Yeah.
So clear how to create the checklist for resource group.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the sheet there is one plus. I can please add one more sheet. Name as checklist for virtual machine. VM just mentioned here. Click on OK. Yes, go there, copy entire things, entire sheet. Control A, control. Paste. No, not here. Working on it. Okay. That's the reason I told you, right? Just copy entire sheet. You have copied some Excel sheet, right? Only some columns and some rows. Control A, go to resource group. Control A, just Control A, do it. Control A and Control C. Now go and paste it. Fine. Fine, Suresh?
Yeah.
Yes. See, if you are going to create virtual machine, virtual network, anything, checklist for that. Subscription will be same, right? Region will be, because as per decided, region item should be there, right? Here only you have to remove the type of cloud. Okay. Wait. Do not delete it. We will edit this thing. Wait. So what, see, if you are going to create the virtual machine, what is your requirement? First is you should have the valid account, that is subscription, correct? You should know
Yeah.
where you are going to create, that is region. And third one is resource group. So in place of type of cloud, just mention resource group. GROUP group. As provided by client or as per client requirement. So what is resource group? It is a kind of bucket.
Yeah.
Fine. After that, what is your next requirement for creating the virtual machine? Resource group.
We need to choose only
This is
the
line completely you can delete. Virtual machine, we know that it is coming under the infrastructure as a service. Okay, so this client, this is not required for virtual machine. Delete this one. No, not all. One, Control Z, Control J, Control G, Control G. Yes, only select the row number 5. Row number 4 and serial number. Yes. Yeah, right click. And delete the row. Yes. Now change the, after 3 there is a 4. And 5. Resource group name tag, right? So these give after 4 there is a 5. Tag is 5. Okay. See, now try to understand. After that, whatever the checklist you are going to prepare, either for virtual network, okay, either for network security group, okay, these 5 items should be common. Clear?
okay.
See, tagging is required, name is required. So without resource group, you are not able to create anything in Azure. Region is required, right? Subscription is required. So these 5 items are what? Mandatory for each and every resources which you are going to create. So in the interview, if they are going to ask you, can you please tell me what are the mandatory components and what are the mandatory items for any resource in Azure, you should name all this, at least these 5. Clear?
Okay.
Okay. What next? These for checklist, you know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 item is fine. What is your next?
Like the next is
Next item.
number of machines, the performance, size of this thing. Like the number of
See,
machines. If
you are preparing the checklist. Okay.
yeah.
So only the important item you are going to list down. Okay. Important component of the virtual machine. You are not going to list down each and everything. This is the no RAM size is 16 GB. Configuration is this much. No. Only the important items. Next is which type of machine they want, Linux or Windows. So number 6 is image. Correct? While creating the virtual machine, what was the name of that image, right? Image is there, right? In the description, mention Windows/Linux. The client is going to give you whether they need window and as per the client requirement. See, I'm going to tell you only for Azure virtual machine and resource group. I told you, right? Rest of the item you are going to create, okay, and you will send. I will validate. Fine. Other resource group. Fine, Suresh.
Sorry?
For other resource, I was telling. I'm explaining you right now virtual machine. I've already explained you resource group. Rest of that checklist like virtual network security group, okay, these are database, these are you are going to prepare and you have to send out you are going to send me the mail checklist. Okay, clear or my voice is not clear?
Yeah, clear. But what about the we have virtual network security database? What else then?
Yeah, I will tell you what are the things, what are the, as per your syllabus, how many checklists you need to prepare for your better understanding. At least if you have prepared 1 or 2, it is fine. You should understand how to prepare. Correct? If I'm telling you rest of items you can create in your home and we will validate. What next? 7th.
7th is seventh is like size and performance and budget if they have any.
Price they are not going to calculate right now. Okay. Individual component for checklist, resource group or virtual network, they are not going to calculate right now. Okay, and they are not going to discuss these things on checklist also. Can you open the portal.azure.com? Let me show you. Then you can recall this, all this.
I don't know why this is asking too much.
Okay, no issues. Go to checklist. We will do. Let's finish that. So
Yeah.
okay. 7 is what we are going to select the size. from the drop down. As per client requirement description and as per the remarks will be also as per the client requirement. Next is disk. So you see description, there are different types of disk, right? SSD, right? So just mention as per the client requirement in the bracket SSD premium, like that. In the bracket requirement, in the bracket just SSD, yes, STD, etc. That's all. No need to mention each and everything. Fine. Then on which another component is what? Important component is what? Virtual network. Correct?
Mhm.
It is also known as VNet. Usually in Azure, we used to call Azure Virtual Network or VNet. Okay. As provided by the client. Because client is going to give you the network on which network you are going to create. Sometimes what happen, they are not going to give you the virtual network. They are going to tell you, okay, you have to create virtual network, everything. Okay.
Okay.
Clear? So in the remark, just mention as per the, not as per the client requirement. Client will provide. If client will not provide, then we have to create the virtual network. Provided by the, wait, remove every entire things. Provided by the client. Full stop. Full stop there. If client is, yeah, if client have not provide, then we have to suggest or create. Again, wrap the text. What next? What next? What is the requirement? Hope you remember by default network security group is also created, right? NSG, network security group. See, if you are not creating in a virtual machine, before creating the virtual machine, if you are not creating the virtual network, virtual and networking security group, network security group, not networking group. Network NSG, network security group. In short form, it is known as NSG. Fine. This is also same copy paste as provided by the client. Provided by the client. And above one, just copy paste. Same thing for virtual. Yes. See, we are not going to add each and every column from the this basically whenever we are going to log in. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now also we are so maybe sometimes they need one more functionality that is required. They want to integrate with Azure AD, okay, or they want to, do not mention this for explaining purpose. I'm going to tell you whether they want backup, they want backup or not, so all this stuff. So just mention in the lab and backup. For disaster recovery, backup is required, right? They want or not, depends upon their. If they want, the cost will be high. DR means what? Disaster recovery you have mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, just mention disaster recovery full, and the description you can mention backup of virtual machine. The term will be disaster recovery, and backup what you can remove. Backup, comma, site recovery. Fine, that's all. As suggested by the client. And one more thing, this template which right now I'm telling you, again I'm going to tell you that this depends upon the organization to organization and also project level also. Okay, sometimes what they did, they are just taking the screenshot of from the Excel, they are just we are just putting into the PPT, and then just we are showing to the client. Correct? We are not going to open Excel sheet and there, or we can attach this Excel sheet into the PPT while client representation, then we are explaining these are the things we require from your side. If you will do the pre-sales, like I'm doing right now, pre-sales for getting the projects and all, so for that reason this is beneficial. How many years of experience you have?
5.
5. Okay, clear. So this is all about the checklist for VM and checklist for resource group. Clear. So now you can prepare checklist for any resource group, right? Especially in Azure.
Yeah.
Concept is clear, right? Any doubt? Tell me.
Yeah.
Do
No.
not, again I'm telling you, do not select each and everything. Or you can directly send out in your personal email so that it will be easy for you to remember this Excel sheet itself. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. So today,
It's not yet said 1 minute.
why you're not, you can select any place, you must have some place. Or there's a click share, and above share option is there, right hand side, comment share,
No.
right? You can share.
No, actually, I lost that sheet.
This is the resource group. Yeah, this is the checklist. Share with your Gmail ID, then it will be easy for you. I think your email ID is not valid. Your name only you can. And you can click on send. Add author name.
Yeah.
Fine, it went. Okay, so today we are going to end here only. Okay, because only one people there have some issues. Okay, tomorrow same time we will meet. Okay, fine.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, I asked you some questions in the last. In which organization? Hope you remember.
Yeah.
You can
Well,
message me. No issues.
yeah, sure.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the 3D99 plan and grow your skills immensely. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.